AftershockXL.
AftershockXL.
Steve Grillo.
Top shelf liquor.
Top shelf liquor.
Each week, the former Howard Stern intern will interview celebrities and its eclectic friends.
Grillo, what's going on out there? You were my number one man. I don't give that role to anybody.
Sharing twisted tales of debauchery.
And I'm just dumbfounded.
This is AftershockXL.
All right, what do you think about that? My old intro. Thank you very much for the person who did that for me, who will remain nameless. That's pretty cool that you did that. I appreciate it. I'm just getting the super tip set up here. What's this? Let's see if I. Oh, another big shout out to whatchamacallit, Cupcake for helping me. I better not fuck this up, or the Cupcake's gonna show up to Vegas. Regular screen here. Oh, where's Handsome Pete when I need him? Everybody, I'm just going to bring on my guest. It's Cryptid, Liquid Cryptid. I'm sure most of you guys know who I am. I always like bringing someone on that I'm not sure who they are because I get to interview them and find out who they are. What's up, Liquid Cryptid?
See, that intro is a top shelf liquor.
Yeah, isn't that cool? That was my old intro when I had my show in the studio back in the day when before COVID ruined everything for us. So, Cryptid, how'd you come up with your name, pal?
This was a while ago. I was in another sort of drama universe called The Sector, which you probably heard, with Ethan Ralph. I'm sure this name has come up a couple of times. He's part of that. And that is a really, really, really sort of bad news kind of place. I mean, it's wildly entertaining, but you can get swatted and doxed and everything just for chatting to the wrong person. Like, they'll find your name, you chat to somebody that they don't like, they'll look up your username, they'll find out who you are, and they'll try to get the cops to kill you.
Yeah, your volume is really low, buddy.
Oh, sorry, let me,
Yeah. They're already bitching.
Let me... Is that better?
Yeah, now we're talking, homie.
All right. Yeah, I'm on Linux, so sometimes there's a fine line between listenable and peaking, and then you can't hear.
I know, but there's a lot of people out there that are going to be very critical of everything that you do.
Oh, yeah.
So you were part of another sort of like Appleverse?
Yeah, I need it. But well, no, it's called The Sector, but...
No, is it like the Appleverse?
No, it's very violent.
Well, I mean, in the sense that is it a bunch of people that all are the YouTube community that go back and forth?
Yeah. It's sort of similar. They've got their own sort of batch of lolcows like Ethan Ralph, and I think they're sort of into like they don't like Nick Rekieta. And there's like a couple of other people that they don't like, but when they don't like you, they send anvils to your house.
I don't, I guess, back, if this was like 30 years ago, I guess these are the people that were probably picked on. And now they have this empowerment because they can hide and do things. And like, this is revenge for being bullied when they were younger, maybe?
Yeah, that's sort of one thing that I actually wanted to come on and talk to you about, sort of internet culture in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to understand there's like, this internet thing is it's a lot different than broadcasting. I'm sure you've kind of come to understand that. Where
Yeah, I've
like
been
when
doing this
you're
for a long time. I get it. But I
yeah,
just,
even with podcasts and stuff, there's still sort of a buffer between you and the people.
Yeah.
You can't see them in real time and whatnot, but especially with streaming, there's like a whole different thing. Where people are going to try to get to you and throw you off and fuck you up, and that's people's fun. Okay, a lot of people have a lot of different sort of definitions of fun on the internet. Some people's fun is lighthearted goofing around or whatever. Some people's fun is trying to get the police to kill you.
yeah. Oh my God. Oh, this guy's. I love these people. This makes no sense. He's trying to be like a big tough guy. Grillo, you're allowed the chimp stuttering John to bully you for 30 years, so shut the fuck up. What does that mean? Could you explain that to me? Like, okay, no, he did bully me for 30 years, and I'm going to address that real soon. But, why am I going to shut the fuck up because he bullied me for 30 years? Does that make any sense to you, Crippen?
No, now is the time to fucking fight back because you got some, backing behind you. I mean, earlier I can see, you two came up with Stern together. You were friends. You're friendly, and John can be a friendly guy.
Yeah, but he's a complete phony, and I've known him for years.
Well, yeah.
And the reason when I could talk about this, we'll start getting into this right away. Like the reason why Drunken Donuts in the house, I love that guy. Yeah, well, so I want to address this real quick. So Karmic is going to build a pipe bomb and blow up my trailer. And that's good because I'm glad this is public. He's now threatening to bombing me.
He's not, Steve. He's not. Don't listen to that guy.
I know, but you're publicly saying you're going to build a pipe bomb
and blow my place up. Karmic is not doing that. Stop listening to the chat. Karmic is not going to. Karmic
I know that, but you know what?
He say that.
He texts me. Like, here's the deal. He must be either scared, or coward, or whatever. He texts me, why did you give out my phone number? First of all, I had him in my phone as Cardiff, not Karmic's. So, and first of all, I totally forgot that I even had this guy's number. Why would I give it out? I've been hard on this line since I started. No, I'm not giving out people's information. It is against everything that I fucking talk about.
Yeah, okay? I understand.
And I'm not going down there. It's
now,
not.
Is this something you heard directly from Karmic, like say from?
Yeah,
a clip
he texted me and said,
"What?
You're not cool. Okay. You gave out my number." But meanwhile, the guy bashes me on a daily basis because the only way he probably gets any goddamn fucking numbers, and he's using my name to get people to clip his show. And believe me, everybody sends me everything. I got guys that send me everything that everybody says. And then in Cardiff, another person that's saying that Tim Sabian's paying me. That couldn't. I told Tim, he thought that was hysterical. And first of all, if that's the case, he should have been paying me a long time ago. Tim's not paying me. Okay, do you understand that? I don't know what I did to the puppet guy, but I don't.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing that I also wanted to get at, Steve. Why do you care so much?
Oh, I don't.
Why is it so important?
Like everybody wants me to address the John thing. I'm going to address everything that's going on. So.
Don't worry about what Cardiff and Tukey and them say, dude. They're goofing around. They're fucking around. They're having some fun. That's what I also wanted to get into trolls. They're just trying to push your buttons and get you riled up, man. That's you just gotta kind of ignore that. Like the reaction that you got right now is exactly what they were aiming for, and that's when people make shit up about you, this is the reaction that they're aiming for.
Yeah, well, that's what when you make something up, and I'm getting accused of being something I didn't do, doing something I didn't do. At least come at me for something I did. You know what I'm saying?
If it's something bad, if they're saying, you're out there murdering people, then yeah, maybe you should address it. But if it's like, oh, Tim Sabian's paying you for this, like, who fucking cares? You know what I mean?
I love Tim Sabian so much. He's like an older brother to me, but he's not gonna pay me. He's not in a situation to pay me. I just hold just give me a second. This is something that I have to address right now. On air.
Can I just say that there's a person in the chat called Susser's Bad Luck. I don't know who you are, nothing about you, but I love you.
Yeah. So I want to address the John thing.
He got his tie at the meeting today. He got his tie caught in his jacket.
As long as it wasn't his cock.
Mess. The guy's a fucking mess.
So the John thing, I knew this was going to go south because there isn't a point in my life where it doesn't go south with John. So I came on here and, I started doing my show because I had to start doing my show again. I wanted to start doing it. I got an opportunity where I can start doing it again. when I did my show, there was no Dabbleverse, and now there is. I didn't sign up for the Dabbleverse. I didn't put in an application and get approved to do the Dabbleverse.
Nobody
I just
does.
started doing my show, and I'm here, and I'm okay with that. In fact, I'd like to thank the Dabbleverse because if it wasn't for the Dabbleverse, I wouldn't have got over 400 or 500 new subscribers on my YouTube. So I appreciate the Dabbleverse. I get the controversy. 8 years I was in war on the Howard Stern show with shit like this, and I understand it.
Well, you've been really killing it with the guests lately too, and
Yeah.
I mean, come on, Billy West, Chauncey, all those people.
Oh, well, I got more coming.
They're fucking great.
I was actually last night. I was texting back and forth with KC, so I'm this close to getting KC on.
Oh, sweet, yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody
And,
love how to.
I'll leave the
Casey's
things
great.
if I get him on. I'll leave the things that he texts me for him to say, and not for me to say. But
Or you can just talk about the old days, and especially about how much a piece of shit John is. Because I know Casey is in the same boat as you. Because I mean, knowing John is for him to hate you for no particular reason. That's basically what it comes down to. You say, "Oh, I don't think that joke that John said was funny," and here he is next day on a show. Oh, fuck that guy! You're fucking dead to me, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, no, I don't subscribe to all that shit, buddy. Like Casey would come on. Me and Casey actually did a show in Long Island for about 3 months. It was so much fun because I came on as a guest and we had such a great reaction. This is before like YouTube shit, like I forget he was broadcasting off of some Long Island radio station out there, and we went and had so much fun that the guys that own the radio station were paying me $200 every week to come back out and do a show with them because it was getting such good numbers. And it was just a perfect dichotomy because Casey, he's like so innocent and shit, and I was being really filthy and bad, and Casey spent a lot of time like trying to rein me in, pretending to rein me in, and we had this really great dichotomy together. And he's such a wonderful, awesome person. He's sober, by the way. Let's give a round of applause for Casey.
Yeah.
9 months sober, Casey. Congratulations. Yeah, I think he's back to just going. I think he's stepped out of the spotlight and he's not doing radio anymore. He goes, Steve, I've been working on myself. I'm working on my sobriety, and I'm working. He didn't want to. He was being elusive about what he's doing exactly right now. But he has a house in Long Island. His mom is still around, and he's very close with his mom. He's living by himself. He's not living with his mother. And it was just really good to catch up with him because I do consider Casey a really good friend. But I don't think John's talking to Casey.
I'm assuming you mean Casey Armstrong, right?
Yeah, Casey Armstrong.
All right. Yeah, he does a stream. Yeah, he actually hasn't been around for a while. I was wondering what was going on, so I guess he was in rehab or something, right?
No, he wasn't in rehab, but he's had his struggles. And he's been public about it. There's no doubt. Everybody knows what Casey is. I don't know if he's ready. I think his sobriety is sort of like Artie's, where he's probably best out of the spotlight.
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't really call his stream a spotlight.
Well, but Casey
he didn't really get many views, but his stream is pretty good. He does what he wants to do and he does what he likes, and it's wild. It's very stream of consciousness and weird, and sometimes I'll just tune in just to see what weirdness is going on KC's show. And
there's definitely weirdness with KC, which is endearing to his personality. So, it's funny because, I look back and I'm friends with people from first grade. I'm friends with people from high school. I'm friends with people from The Sopranos. I'm friends with people from everything that I've ever worked with. And I'm still friends with KC. I'm still friends with people from the Howard Stern show. And I look back and where's John and where's his friends? Like, he calls me stupid, certifiably stupid. If I'm so stupid, why am these people still my friends? You know what I'm saying, Cryptid?
Yeah, you didn't make a life out of rat fucking your friends.
Yeah, that's
like
why
John did. I mean, the perfect example is the fucking apartment.
Yeah, I know exactly.
And that's just a microcosm. I'm sure he did that to literally fucking everybody. Shit like that all the time, where he gets in, he's your friend, things are cool, and he asks you to do a favor, and then it's more favors, and it's more favors, and let's do this, and let's do that, and then next thing you know, you're driving down from Long Island to fucking hang his curtains for him. That literally happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, believe me.
That literally happened a couple of months ago.
Oh, really?
His friend Danny, his high school friend Danny.
Well, that's the other thing.
He still lives up in Massapequa. He come down, and John had his house for probably about a year. And I guess he didn't ever had any curtains, and he didn't know how to hang curtains until his fucking friend Danny had to come up over and do it for him.
It's not really hard to hang curtains.
No, it
bro.
isn't.
And if you don't know, just go to fucking YouTube. Like, I don't think he knows how to turn a screw. That's the problem.
No, he barely knows how to click the go live button in Stream.
Yeah, well, I can't go that far because I'm a little retarded when it comes to that.
Well, no, not nearly as bad as John.
I hope
you could probably go into the settings. You could probably find the settings, look at it, and try to figure out what the settings do.
Yeah.
John can't even find the settings button.
Well, it hurts my brain, but I usually figure it out, and I'm not afraid, you know. But so my point being is like, you know, I still talk to Casey, but I don't think, you know, Casey will ever talk to John. I can't say again or anything like that, but it didn't seem like his relationship. I think he sees through John's bullshit as well, but I'm not speaking for Casey. I'm just making an assessment of our conversation. And so which brings me to my point is when I came on here and realized everybody, I was not aware of this spectrum of hatred that people are, the amount of hate that people are having for John on here. And the shit is real. And I learned that sort of with a quickness, but I'm that type of person that's kind of loyal to a fault, and John has been kind of nice to me to a level where I've never really seen him this nice to me, you know, over a long period of time. You know, I was just saying, just hypothetically.
Is that you know, like when you helped him out at ChillerCon? Is that
yeah, that's sort of. But he was pissed at me. He'd been pissed at me for 2 years because I went on Shuli's show.
Yeah, and I don't remember much of
show.
that, but from I guess what people said, you didn't even really talk about John. I think they went to talk about John and you dipped, right? Something like that.
Yeah. So no, but when I went on Shuli's show, okay, I went and let's try the super tip thing again. Cupcake is gonna kill me if this doesn't.
All set up right or something.
No, I do. We just fixed this like 20 minutes before I came on.
And I'm assuming that since we were both not on stage, nobody heard anything that we said while you're switched over.
I don't know, but
yeah,
thank
people.
you, so anyway, I may unfortunately I just got a phone call. I may have to pick somebody up from the doctor's office because they can't drive. But I'm waiting for them to get back to me. We might have to take this either later or tomorrow. I'm not sure, but they need someone to drive them from the doctor's office.
Oh, that's fine. We could do it later.
No, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for them to get back to me, but
this
person doesn't have an ability to drive right now because they gave them some medication.
Oh, no, that's fine, dude. If you got to go, you got to go.
I'm
stupid
waiting.
Internet show.
No, I know. That's the fun part of it. So, but they may find someone else. But if I do, I apologize. We'll definitely make up for it. But this is, you know, this is all fun and games. But if someone needs, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did want to say, you know, most of us do not hate John. Now, I don't hate John. I don't know John. I mean, you have, you know, more cause, and, you know, KC and people who know him, Chauncey and whatnot, have more cause to hate John than I do. And he got my channel terminated. He gave me 3 DMCA strikes and got my channel terminated. And I don't hate John.
I would hate him.
No, I don't give. I got it back. They're easy to overturn, especially with somebody like John who is not.
Yeah, okay. There's reasons for why he's in the situation that he is. But what I wanted to say is, so when I first came on here,
he wants money, but he doesn't want to work for it. That's why he's in the situation that he's in.
Yeah, well, there's reasons I'm on here, and I stuck with John because, you know, I didn't realize I misjudged the situation I was getting myself into by coming and going on these shows, and everybody started watching me, and I didn't want to badmouth John and stuff like that, but I knew in my heart of hearts that something was like going to happen. Eventually, he was going to turn on me for some reason, and I actually someone sent me the clip of the actual moment John sort of felt like I turned on him, and it didn't take much for him to
No,
turn
it
on me.
doesn't. And I did want to address, just like clear up where I was going previously. A lot of people in the chat hate John, but a lot of people that cover John don't hate him. I should
Yeah,
say.
well, I'm tired of covering for my hatred for him because he
Oh
is a
no,
disgusting. He's a
go full bore.
disgusting.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. Wherever you're going. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
no, he is a disgusting, despicable person, and he has been since
He
I
is.
first met him. And he is an awful, awful human being, and he always has been an awful human being. And I really had to shed that whole. He's not my older brother. He's not someone that I want to be. And it took this long. And the reason why I probably didn't go into anything before is because I won't say that I'm afraid of him, but I also know what he's capable of because he has no morals. And he will go the extra length just to make someone's life miserable. And I know people like that.
Ask Julie and Carl.
I have a friend. This is a real quick story. I have a friend that he was really rich. He was working on Wall Street, and he had the old Italian father that had a little sandwich shop, sort of in a strip mall. And next door was, like, of course, like the shoe store, and then the phone store, and then the other guy that had an ice cream store. So now the ice cream guy started making sandwiches like my friend's father, and he started taking business away. So you're a little rural town in a strip mall. So the old man goes to the ice cream guy, hey, man, you do ice cream, I do sandwiches. The guy told him to go fuck himself. So here comes my friend, let's just call him Pepe, right? So Pepe finds out what had happened with his father, and this is where John is in the same boat as Pepe, okay? My friend Pepe goes to the guy and says, look, I heard what you said to my father. Why can't you all get along? Well, the guy told Pepe to go fuck himself. You know what Pepe did? And this is something that John would do. Pepe went and bought a fucking ice cream truck and parked it in front of the ice cream store and gave away free ice cream for a whole week. So
Yeah, so that's literally cutting off your nose to spite your face.
Yes, and John will do that, and he has.
Just
That's
to
why
fuck
he's
with
in the
somebody. Yeah,
situation.
that's fucking retarded. In fact, that whole situation is retarded. If somebody's making a better sandwich next door, then you better make a better sandwich than them.
Yeah, but if you're selling apples and I'm selling oranges, and then you start selling apples, that's war. And when he goes to war, he doesn't stop. He's like he has
No,
nothing.
but if I'm
to
selling
do with
apples at a better price,
Yeah,
people
exactly.
are going to me. There comes a point to where the better price becomes
Well,
negative profit, and you end up going out of business anyways.
I just don't need a mental patient chasing after me in life.
Yeah, and also I get you guys were sort of came up in the same area together, or
Yeah,
same
but
area,
he-
the same through Stern and stuff like that, and also there's a sort of an industry where you kind of want to try to not burn bridges because word gets around
Yeah.
as
So,
well.
and if
So
I'm
I
so-
could see the desire to try to sort of stay in with John, but as of like 10 years ago, in fact, staying in with John is probably detrimental to anything you want to do.
Yeah, I like. But here's the thing: if I'm so stupid, if I leave right now, if I just left the Devil Force right now, tomorrow I can make a phone call and get a job as a grip and a stagehand. I
Exactly.
don't think John could say that. So if I'm so stupid, why am I able to do that?
Oh no, exactly. You like what could John do? I know that this has come up, on your show a couple of times that people have asked, what can John do? Nothing. He couldn't hang a fucking blah, 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 curtain pole.
Yeah.
You think you could be like even something as no offense, as simple as a grip?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
I don't mean to, no offense or anything. I know it can be, a little stressful. You got to hit everything on time and everything like that.
No, dude, it's a skill. There's
Yeah.
many different aspects to a grip that I'm fucking capable of. There's construction grip, there's rigging grip, and there's shooting grip, and I could do all fucking three of those things very well. So I don't know. I think the only thing that he's good at is fucking being a mental patient, and I don't need that kind of smoke when I'm trying to.
Yeah,
fucking,
he's really good at sitting over in the chair drinking beers. That's
Yeah.
what he's good at.
But people say I'm scared of him. No, if I'm scared of him, then I'd probably pull off my show. I wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done this to begin with. What I don't need is fucking a maniac.
Just keep in mind, there's no reason to fear John because he does everything in the stupidest way possible. So, I mean, once again, this lawsuit with Shuley and Carl, I mean, it's retarded. Forgive me if you don't care to hear that word.
No,
it's
I don't
fucking
care.
retarded.
No. It's dropping the R bomb.
It's fucking retarded. His whole thing, and even all his excuses and stuff. Where then he's got other people that wanting to sue him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'll just tell them what they did to me," and it's like, well, no, that's not a defensive. That's not an argument in defense.
He's also a fucking
idiot.
vindictive motherfucker.
Yeah,
And
but
I don't
the
need
thing
guys
is that his vengeance will be done in the most retarded, ineffectual, and incompetent way possible.
Yeah, I don't. I like. He's that type of person that's gonna. He has nothing else better to do but try to make your life miserable, and I don't want that right now. And if you so you can interpret that as fear, or you can interpret it as like, I just don't want that in my life at all.
He's incompetent and he's impotent. He can do nothing. As I said, all his money's wrapped up in the lawsuit now, and he's going to lose it all.
Yeah.
And,
well,
Chris
so do we know what happened? Do we know what happened today?
Fries with that? Like, no, I don't want fries with that. Keep your hands off my food, you fucking nasty bastard.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were saying.
Hold on.
But yeah, so that's why
I apologize.
That's all right. John has already done everything that he could possibly do to me, and I'm still standing. So
yeah, I can't.
But he knows you personally. He knows people who know you.
I have a question for you. So he's threatening to. He's played my clips ad nauseum.
Right.
Okay. How?
Leave him alone.
No, I know, but if he's threatened. But now he says if I play a clip of him, I could strike him. But how come I can't? No, he could strike me, but how come I can't strike him?
You can, but don't.
I'm not that fucking vindictive, bro.
Exactly. You can literally, anybody can strike anybody for any reason with the DMCA. Somebody who is absolutely unaffiliated with you whatsoever in, some other country could strike you right now.
Yeah, I know, but like...
And say they're John or something.
I'm going to tell you something, bro. Okay, before I didn't know the amount of detail that's going on with all this shit. I just knew that Shuli and John were at each other's throats. I didn't know who Cardiff or Carmix or anybody else was at all. Okay, I don't listen to internet radio or podcasts. I don't even watch my own fucking podcast. So
yeah, I hear you.
When John would tell me, about this shit, he was like basically bitching and moaning about, oh, Shuli struck back. I kind of didn't understand, and I was like, I almost took John's side. I was like, I don't understand. You guys have a public feud, but why is it? I don't think it's right to try to take someone's, money out of their pocket. Everybody deserves a chance to earn. Everybody needs a roof over their head and needs to feed their family and their kids. So I was kind of like, I get that you have an on-air feud, but when you go and you take money out of someone's pocket. Hold on 1 second. So no, the back door is open. All right.
Go through the back.
They go through the back.
Go through the back.
Sorry, I'm in the back. There's a lot of things going on here today. I wasn't like pissed at Shuli, but I'm like, what the hell in my head? I'm like, what the hell did you do so bad that they would call a comedy club and get you taken down? They would ruin your job as a teacher. What did you do so bad, John? And I was like, that's messed up. And I would.
Well, he was a shitty comic and a bad teacher.
Off on that, I was like backing him up. And now that I'm here and I'm seeing what's going on, I know why people did this to him, because he's a fucking awful person.
Well, it's actually mostly the chat. It's the fans. It's the followers that do all that stuff. Carl and Shuli both have always said, do not mess with John in person. Do not mess with his personal life. Do not try to get gigs canceled. For one thing, we don't want his gigs canceled. We want him to do more gigs.
Yeah, but
because that's more content. We want him to do more stuff. We want to get him out there and let him watch him fail at everything.
Yeah,
because it's more content. We don't want him to stop.
I didn't understand why.
I wish he would do shows every day for the next 100 years.
Yeah, well, so I wanted to address this. John's pressuring you to befriend Jerry, which he did, because I don't know many people out here. And John was like, he's such a wonderful guy. And I didn't think anything of it until, I asked him to help me, and everybody saw that. And they were like, I didn't understand the dichotomy of his relationship with John. He just said he was a nice guy. I didn't realize he worked on John's show. I had no idea. And I didn't realize he was doxing people for John. And one of the points is like, I'm a good guy, but yet everybody's telling me they heard on air that Jerry said, you want me to get Kevin Brennan's number for you, which means maybe
No.
John was pressuring me to be friends with him on here because maybe he could watch out everything that I was doing. Because I'm going to give you a little exclusive. Beer Can Jerry reached out to me.
Well, what happened is Jerry called John. Well, Kevin put out John's phone number, which is by now public information because John doxed his own number. John
He doxed my shit on Saturday night. Called me
He
drunk
does
at
it
like 11
accidentally.
o'clock
Yeah,
at night.
he does it accidentally. And so during the show, Jerry calls John, and I guess John doesn't understand that microphones are very sensitive, and I can just boost the volume and hear everything that's being said. And I was one of the people, and several others, just boosted the volume. And Jerry said, "Hey, give me Pinky's number, and I'll throw it up on X for you." And then John says, "Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Let's do that." But Jerry's the guy that gets all of John's information about things, either links to shows or clips or people's information.
Yeah, well,
he's a real dirtbag.
I have a hard time because I met the guy and he seemed like a nice guy. Okay,
of course he does.
But he kind of reached out and said he goes, "I'm a nice guy." He knows I'm a nice guy, and I am unfortunately a really nice guy. It's a fault. I have a problem being nice.
Yeah,
I don't know how to be fucking mean, and the problem is when I do get mean and the retard buttons hit, I am completely. I'm not driving the car anymore. That's why I'm probably overly nice.
I was just say, just as a general rule of thumb, if it's not somebody that you know personally.
Yeah.
I know John you know personally, but maybe not so much anymore.
No, I know who he is. He's the same fucking piece of shit that I had to deal with in 1994.
But yeah, I mean, specifically John, but unless you know them personally, they just don't trust them if you just know them from the internet. Like I've always said, I have no internet friends. I don't have any friends on the internet. I'm friendly. I'm nice. But as soon as you burn me or anything like that, it's over. I'm gone. I'm done. Because we're not friends. Yeah. No offense, Steve. I like you. You're sort of like become the devil versus sort of lovable idiot. No offense, but people really like you. And we'll never be friends unless
the funny thing is I
have out to Vegas.
I have a little doofy personality when I'm on here. Yeah. But if you knew my inner circle of friends, I don't necessarily act like that when I'm with them. I know some pretty highly successful people that are close to me, like family. That if I called them at 4:00 in the morning and said I need you to come pick me up, or send me a car, or send me some money, I have at least 10 friends that I can call on the top of my head.
Well, that's cool. And so you have actual nice close friends that are
friends
that actually do things for each other, and in person.
If I have friends, and I'm being serious, I have really, really, really good friends. And if I called them,
we all do, except John.
I need some help to take care of this problem. They'll take care of the problem. But I don't. You don't pull that trigger. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's really, really bad. I didn't come on here to fucking make enemies. I didn't come on here to fucking make fun of people. But I'm the type.
You should definitely be making fun of people.
I will. You know what? I was gonna have Joey C on today, but we couldn't cross paths.
Oh man,
I can't wait to interview this guy.
I'd have jumped on. If you want Joey C on, I will absolutely jump off any time.
Oh, really? You don't like him?
Oh no, I love Joey C. He's fantastic. I love him. He's great.
Okay.
Catalano for president 2028.
Yeah, I had to ask permission from Cupcake, and he gave me permission. So.
No, I love Joey C, but I think you guys would have a great time. And if you popped him on, I'd probably stay, but I wouldn't talk. I'd just let you guys go at it.
No, Mr. Esposito, I'm not saying I make people disappear. I said I have friends that fucking would help me with anything I needed. I didn't say anything about disappearing. But no, I have.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I have most of my friends.
Joey C for president 2022.
Yeah, most of my friends are rich millionaires except for me. So
well, those are good friends to have.
And I know, and I there's a couple of billionaires that are actually listening to my show right now.
Excellent. Which of the 35 are the billionaires?
So I also have to address what's going on. The guest that I had on yesterday, Cryptid. So I had a good friend of mine that. Let's just say he's a publicist. I'm not going to get his name out, but he had a client and he he has to do his job. He's trying to book the client, and he's promoting global anti-Semitism. And again, I don't get too political on my show. I don't like politics. I'm not smart enough for politics. But my friend desperately asked me to at least to record the interview with this guy. And I did about an hour with this guy yesterday. And it turns out it was kind of an interesting interview. I wasn't going to put it up here on YouTube, but
yeah, I saw you put it up just a couple hours ago.
yeah, well, because my friend sent it out to a couple people, and it is now being sent out to a bunch of news outlets.
Oh, that's cool.
So I needed a YouTube earmark on that. I didn't want a StreamYard. It was just supposed to be technically for my friend as a publicist to have this for his client, so his client could use it for whatever purposes he needed. But because the interview I guess it went well. I don't even really remember interviewing the guy, to be honest. It was kind of like I was in a zone.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
No, and so yeah, watch it, don't watch it. It's okay. I didn't do it for views. I did it as a favor to a friend, and so he had something to give to his client. But he thought it was good enough to send out to different outlets as far as the news organizations. If it gets picked up, it gets picked up. If it doesn't, but if I'm going to send something like that out in a mass email, I might as well have my YouTube channel on it.
Yeah, you could make it unlisted and just send them the link. But
well, I just didn't want if it's going to go to other news organizations, I'd rather have my YouTube channel on it.
Yeah, at least make it public. That way you can be credited for the views.
So, but I might just Grillo, the guy who runs the Hard Rock Tribute Show at the Hard Rock, is not a billionaire. Yeah, I wasn't referring to him, pal. So, but he sold 77 million records. Maybe he is. I don't know.
Of his own?
No, he represents artists. His artist was just got best reggae album at the Grammys last month or the month before. Yeah. It's a bad look platform. Did you watch the interview, buddy? Is he an evil Zionist, or did we just have
the current political climate, as far as all that goes, is probably best to just stay out of completely, because you got the anti-Zionists, not really anti-Semitic, but anti-Zionists. And then you have the pro-Palestinians, the pro-Iranians, and the anti-Israel people, which is anti-Zionist. And then you do have straight anti-Semitic people that's going on. And all this is going on at the same time, and there's absolutely no good side to be on. Both sides are shit.
The weird thing is I didn't take a side. I just sort of asked the guy a bunch of questions about what his platform is, because that's what I was asked to do. But we'll see. No, it's not my boss, bro. I love how these people just make shit up.
I just say, man, this is here's
the deal. My boss can afford a fucking Uber. You know what I'm saying?
And also, this is sort of one thing I wanted to get into.
Wait, if my boss is Tim Sabian, that's a pretty far trip for me to go get him, don't you think?
I don't know where Sabian live.
Long Island or something like that. I don't even know where Sabian lives.
That's just a few day drive. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I did drive last year. I drove all the way across the country and back. I moved out I lived in San Diego for several years, and I thought I had the opportunity, so I drove across the entire country, all the way out to West Virginia, up through Ohio.
Yeah.
And then I went to West Virginia, and then came down through Georgia and Alabama and stuff, and I found a place over here on the East Coast that I like to live. It's not West Virginia. Fuck West Virginia.
No, I drove cross country myself in my 20s with my aunt.
Yeah, it took like 2 weeks. It was a lot of fun. But anyway,
it was great. But after the fourth day, I was like, no, I'm done. So I like how these people know that I'm lying, or they have no. I don't have to tell you the truth. I can say whatever I want. But by you assuming what I'm telling you is what you want to think, then by all means, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I just sort of wanted to point out like trolls and trolling and stuff like that. You seem to fall for it a lot. Trolls or trolling. I know most people think when they hear like somebody's a troll, they think an ugly beast under a bridge that reach up and try to grab you. But that's not really where it came from.
You got to pay the troll toll to get in the boys' hole.
I don't think that's what he. Anyway,
No, that's from It's Always Sunny in
yeah, I
Philadelphia.
mean, Always Sunny. Oh, I'm aware.
Hey, man, fighter of the night,
But
man.
no, it really comes from people
Champion
who
of the sun.
people who troll or trolling, as in fishing trolling.
Oh yeah,
You
I've
know
done
where
that.
when you're just spottering around, you just throw a line out and see what you catch,
I
and that's
did
what
that. That was the
trolling is.
worst. I went to Dominican Republic, and I was all excited
Yeah.
to go fishing. And I've never been on the Caribbean. The Caribbean's like this.
But trolls.
But I'm a fisherman. I like
Yeah,
to fish.
so
I love
you
to
know
fish.
so you know what trolling is. So
well-
think about a troll is when they're trolling you is they're casting out bait
Yeah.
and seeing what you're going to bite on.
Yeah, of course. I know. I'm more active. I'm a more active fisherman than just put a pole in and wait for it to jingle.
I understand that. I'm just trying to describe trolling
No.
to you. Yeah, they're throwing
I know
out
what they're
bait
trying to do.
and trying to get you to react. And once they find out what you react to, they'll keep pushing that button constantly to get you to react to it and milk you for the lulls or the LOLs, or the laughs, the lulls, and you become a lol cow because
yeah.
they know how to milk you for the laughs.
Hey Ryan, thanks.
So that's what I'm saying. You gotta kind of like if it's a lie or something like that. If they just say, oh, Tim Sabian's paying for him to do this podcast, you just go, no, he isn't. That's ridiculous, and move on. But I've already heard you try to address it like 3 times at different shows. It's like, no, you address it once, you go, no, he's not, or just don't address it at all. Really, this is the best thing. No, as I said, if they're trying to say that, Steve Grillo's the I-80 killer and he's fled to Vegas, and you go, no, I have never killed anybody. No, you maybe want to address that, but just stupid shit like that, or stupid stuff like like you and Karmic ended up fighting each other after you guys were on with each other because one guy kept telling you both the exact same thing, like calling you like a pussy or something like that. And then it got you guys fighting because both of you were like fucking bit the bait. It is like, well, no, that none of that actually happened.
You know what I said? Karma always comes around, no matter what, how long it takes. That's definitely karma for me because, I come from a big Irish family, and I'm the oldest of like 16 grandkids, and my the number 2, we're like a year apart, and we have all these younger cousins, and we'd all be together at Christmas, and I'd go to one cousin and say, oh, blah, blah, blah said this about your father, and then my cousin would go over to another cousin and say, blah, blah, blah said this about your mom, and then they wound up fighting each other because we both gave them false information about each other.
And that's exactly what that chatter was doing with you and Karmic.
Karma is real, bro.
No, Karmic X is who I was talking about.
So this guy's all over you and me. Grillo, you could ask Liquid a single question about himself. Did he even explain who he is? No, but he was nice to me and asked if he can come on, and I gladly had him. So
well, you asked me if I wanted to come on Friday, but I'd been drinking, and I was like, nah. And I was like, we can set something up later this week, and that's when I got back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to remember.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
And somebody asked about the mask. It's called anonymity.
Yeah.
And also, if you have any questions about me, you wanted to know my name. It's just,
do people hate you on here?
Not generally. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, I know, but you go. Okay, here's the deal. So I go on Shuli's show. He's at war with John. I go on Kevin Brennan's. He's at war with John and Shuli. Like every time I go on a show, I don't know who's fighting and who's not. So I'm neutral. I don't care. I'll have whoever you are on. I'll have Karmic on if he wants to come on and discuss why he's acting like a maniac. But I will never ever have John on.
Because he's unstable.
Here's the deal. If I never ever talk to John again, I will be a fucking happy human being. It is like the weight of the world has been lifted off my shoulders. The tension that I hold every time I spoke to this guy, waiting because I know he's like every word that comes out of my mouth, he's like waiting for me to something so he could use it against me. And I've always known that. And he really kind of. This is like Charlie and Lucy with the football. I'm not going to kick the football anymore, son. It's not happening.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's something that, over the years, we've been just kind of wondering about you because you always seem to like run back to John. And as I said, I get it. You guys, sort of came up in the industry together in entertainment or in that side of the world where you don't want to burn bridges. you don't want to be the asshole that's going around talking shit behind everybody's back, or nobody's going to hire you for anything. But at this point, you have a lot of backup in the Dabbleverse for basically shit talking John all you want. Give all the most terrible stories and the most terrible light that you could think of to John that maybe you've never told before. It would be fantastic. People would love it.
Yep. So, well, I'm done, and it feels wonderful. I can tell you that. Yeah, and after watching him, like he was like, Steve, we've been friends for so long, and I always felt like I was an insubordinate to him, and he always treated me like an insubordinate. And then like the past like couple of times, like the past like year, I guess he's seemed to drop that, and I was kind of happy about it, and I was like, okay, I'm a forgiving person. Maybe we could let this slide. And he doesn't. I didn't feel like I was in a subordinate anymore, but I think he was just absorbing all the information he could possibly get out of me, and store it just for an occasion like this. So it's just the next
Well, I
time.
wouldn't say absorb and store with John. I would say
All right.
remember it in the way that he thought he saw it.
Yeah. So all right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up, guys.
All right, an hour's pretty good. Well,
Yeah. No,
45
I
minutes
appreciate
is fine,
everybody
yeah.
coming on. But thank you very much. This isn't a good phone call I have to take right now. So
Okay.
I
Well, thanks
appreciate
for
everybody
having me
coming on.
on.
I'll be back on tomorrow for sure, and we'll go from there. But thank you so much for having me on, coming on my show. I'm sorry.
I'm happy to have you on, Steve. You can come back anytime.
Yeah. Yo, you guys all rock. I appreciate it, but this isn't a good phone call that I just got, and I apologize.
All right. Yeah. You take off. See everybody later.
Bye.